Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. New week, new vlog. This happens every single week. By the end of the week, my desk looks like this. I then need to clean it up, prepare on a Monday morning, and then get back to work. In terms of what I've got planned this week, I roughly spoke about it at the end of the last vlog. I've got a lot of calls this week for Mathani, for myself. I've got 2 today, 1 tomorrow, which I might have to move actually now I'm thinking about it. And then a couple at the end of the week as well. And that's just planned calls. So I'll get a lot of spontaneous meetings that need to be done as well. And I'm spending pretty much the entire week on uni work because my final report is due next week, or about a week and a half. So I like to get everything done 2 or 3 days before the actual deadline. So yeah, I'm gonna crack on. For the first hour, I'm just gonna edit some short form content, get that ready for Instagram. And then I'll spend literally the rest of the day. I've got like 8 hours planned graft of just uni work. And then I'll spend the evening, when I say evening I mean literally about an hour, just building a couple of systems and stuff for the business. Including an ultra wide lens, including a battery pack, including a little tripod. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. It is... what is this today? Wednesday. I have only a few days until my final report is due at university. So I've got today, tomorrow I'm at work, but only a half shift. So I've got today, half of tomorrow, Friday, and then I'm working on the weekend. So it's gonna be tough, but gonna have to get it done. Gonna lock in. First though, I just need to watch my vlog. It's done, it's exported. I just need to make sure it's all good to go. Get a thumbnail ready and then post it. And then I also need to edit a meeting, which has been long overdue. Monday I did 75% of my project anyway, just a report. So it's not, realistically it's not that hard. And it isn't really that time consuming either. I can definitely get it done. So I'm not worried, to be honest. A lot of people in my cohort are complaining, but they're not built like us. We lock in and we get it done. So yeah, gonna get on that. I need to get back on content as well in terms of short form. And then yeah, I just cannot wait until uni is done and I can properly build a system, build a plan, and be so consistent with content on YouTube, on Instagram, on Twitter and everything. And actually build my personal brand, because I've got so many things built in the pipeline that I can't release yet because I don't want to release it and then not have time to uphold it. I've closed down a school community, Baraka Builders, and that was because I was spending so much time, like hours of my week, in those tutorials, in that community, and I was only getting 3-4 views per video, and there were 36 members. The money was good, don't get me wrong, but I don't care about the money if I'm putting all these hours in and people aren't benefiting from it. So I've been spending a lot of time really perfecting my craft, my offer, and what I plan to bring to you guys. And I just cannot wait for university to be over so I can really hone in on that and focus and go all in, because it's going to be cool. It's definitely going to be cool. Give me time, 2 weeks really. So 2 weeks time you'll start to see what I'm building. Let me crack on.
Creams, goose, and figgy pudding. Oh!
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. It is Thursday, 4:30 PM. Just got back from work and I'm gonna just crank out meeting video, YouTube vlog. I'm gonna try and fit in a reel if I can, or potentially even a carousel, but I'll be dead honest, like all I'm focusing on right now is uni work. I can always focus on growing my Instagram and my personal brand after uni. I've got 2 weeks left, let me just focus. Yeah, so majority of my day will be on my uni work. I made quite a bit of changes to the .art app and it's looking really nice actually. I'm starting to think maybe I could actually launch it as a proper application on the App Store and have you guys use it. I'm just thinking of ways to monetize it, to be honest. But yeah, just gonna crack on and get on with some work. Sheikh, do you want to be in my video? It's 9:40 PM and I actually had no idea that it was 9:40 PM. I thought it was like 7 because I've just been so locked in since I got back from work. Like, I actually didn't leave my desk. So literally for 5 hours, just straight work. My university report is complete. Just doing some proofreading, getting the references ready. And then over the weekend I'll do a demo video, upload that, and I'm done. I'm done on my university project, which is mad. It's actually mad. And then I'll spend the following week doing my cybersecurity coursework. And then yeah, I'm done. Which is actually crazy. 3 years gone like that. And the thing is, I knew it would go quick because I learned from GCSEs and I learned from A-levels that in the beginning it feels like it's going to take a long time. And then when it's finally complete, you sit back and you're like, wow, that flew past. So I knew uni would go that quick as well. But yeah, I think now it's finally sinking in that I finally have the time to just go all in on myself. Personal brand, building, shipping. And I should be nervous, but I'm not. But anyways, I'm gonna just get a little bit more done, maybe another 20 minutes, half an hour, and then just chill in bed, read a book, knock out, get an early night sleep, 10 PM, trying to fix my sleeping routine. Hopefully, inshallah, get up at 5 AM tomorrow and get back at it. So I'm just watching back my vlog and it doesn't look like I'm in focus and the lighting is very, very dark. So I've put up the ISO now to 2500, but then when I go outside, I asked ChatGPT what I should use when I'm outside. 800 when I'm outside, okay fine. So I'll do 2500 normally and then I'll do 800 when I'm outside. Okay, fine. Anyway, Assalamu alaikum, it's Jum'ah today. I will leave in a bit. Just wanted to check in with you guys real quick. Spent the morning just doing my uni work as always. Did a little bit of planning for Methani. I also just watched a couple of videos on like personal brand, scaling, structuring offers and stuff like that. Just to get myself ready for when I finish uni, I can just go all in and just start pushing out content pretty much. So I sort of know and understand what I need to do. Basically, when uni is done, I'm going to have to start batch recording short form content and then funneling that into my YouTube and then recording different types of YouTube content as well. But yeah, I'm happy that I've got that plan in place. After Jummah, I have a meeting with Dawood, who is the host on Hif podcast. He also works with Tortil, and that is mainly just for the Methani stuff. So I just wanted to get his idea pretty much on the application, if it's something he thinks is good, because he probably has one of the best understandings of this market, and even if he can help us in terms of growth, marketing and stuff like that, that would be really, really, really cool. I'm in a couple of crypto trades. Let's see how they plan out. The market has been absolutely horrendous, so I don't know really, but let's see what happens. To be honest, I'm not very optimistic, but it's part of my strategy. So if it hits TP, it hits TP. If it doesn't, it doesn't. That's the game. I'm also building an email list, so I'm just thinking, will it be out by the time this vlog comes out? Maybe, maybe not. If it's out, you'll see a link in the description. Sign up to my email list. If it's not, then next week. But every Friday, every Jummah, I'm going to be sending out an email, inshallah. And it will essentially be just my learnings and stuff of building this business, of the personal brand, of the agency, and everything in general throughout the week, but in written form rather than video format. And it'll be a very different style, so it'll be very story based rather than like a documentary, if that makes sense. So yeah, gonna get up, gonna leave now, and I'll check in with you guys later in the day.
وآتينا موسى الكتاب وجعلناه هدى لبني إسرائيل ألا تتخذوا من دوني وكيلا.
Cool, I just got home. I've been sat here for about half an hour just thinking, like, I don't know if this is a bit of fear or I genuinely am struggling, but I'm finding it a bit difficult to structure my offer, and I don't know why. I think my brain is telling me it's too niche. Like, the whole thing of helping early stage founders grow and scale, I feel like my brain is telling me that's too niche. I might not potentially be my target market, but I think it is. I've got some dust on the lens, so. But I think it is. And then a part of me is also like, I've got so many other things to offer, why don't I do that as well? And then the other part of me is like, but then you're offering too many things. So I think I need to take it slow, push out content on each individual topic that I've got in my head, and see which performs the best or which I enjoy the most, and go from there. The agency stuff I love, like I genuinely love building things. So and I'm okay with that being my main offer. I think let's see how Mathani goes before I structure the offer properly. But Mathani is different because I'm like on the team, right? If it's a high ticket coaching offer, I'm not really on the team, it's just going to be calls and I just answer questions pretty much and guide people in the right direction, which is okay. So I think I am just a little bit fearful, I suppose. But it is also very niche, early stage founders. How many people are there trying to grow a startup? Not many. So it is very, very niche, but it's still a target market. So I think what I'm going to do is broaden that out to grow anything. Because I've grown a platform, I've grown YouTube, I've grown a physical business, I've grown a digital business. So I do know how to grow pretty much everything. And I think the whole design your life aspect is something I can help with. And then my high ticket skill would be the agency. And potentially connecting people with influencers and stuff, like high level partnerships. So yeah. How weird, I was struggling and then now I've set it to a camera, I sort of know exactly what I want to do. Interesting. But yeah, I'm going to crack on, I'm just going to eat some food. I've got my call with Dawood in about 45 minutes. And then do some uni work, content creation as usual. I have a call with Idris at 5. So let's see. I don't think I've mentioned Idris actually yet, but me and Idris have been chopping it up for about, I'd say, like a month or two now, to be honest. And I think, and it started off with, he met my brother basically, right? And I think my brother introduced him to my content, and then I just cold DM'd him one day as well, and he replied, and we got chatting. I don't actually remember why he gave me his number, but I think it was just to talk and see like how the content thing is going. And he basically pushed me like, I need to get back on it, I need to get back on the consistency. And yeah, every so often we've just been chopping it up. We tried to have this thing of have a call at least once a week, just to see where we are in like your headspace, business wise, content wise. But mainly my fault. I've been so busy with uni, I haven't really taken advantage of that. But yeah, we got a call today. It's been long overdue, but it should be good, inshallah. I'll try and get a little bit of that recorded as well. The idea behind giving a lot away for a affiliate scheme basically is you won't get those customers anyway. So, for example, if you Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Yesterday was the last submission date. Submitted my final piece of work and I'm done. You know what, straight after I went in the garden, I just sat for 5 minutes and then I was like, I got work to do, I feel too unproductive. I can't step away from my laptop, I just physically can't. So I was lying on my bed yesterday, got my laptop out, and I was planning just what to do next in terms of content, in terms of the company. And I started building my agency's website. And interestingly enough, I thought of a really, really cool idea. I basically spoke to one of my clients that I've done some work for. I built a piece of software for him. It was just an internal tool to his company. And I just asked him, bro, how did you like get clients in the beginning? And he goes, bro, I just posted on Twitter. He had like a series every single day he was posting on Twitter. And just documenting his business from building it, like from scratch, planning, building everything, absolutely everything. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to do the exact same thing, because I've been struggling with Twitter content, I don't know why, and I just realised, like, the reason why, alhamdulillah, I've done pretty okay on YouTube in such a short amount of time is because I'm just documenting, I'm just being real, I'm not thinking about what I'm doing, I am just documenting, not creating, right? And when it comes to Instagram and Twitter, I don't know why I feel like I need to create content. I should be doing the exact same thing, documenting. So that's what I'm going to do. From now on, I'm going to be documenting the entire journey on Twitter of building my agency, building Mathani, building Gymlink, building my personal brand and YouTube, and also my school community. I took a break on it. I basically stopped the school community just because I wasn't getting that much engagement, but I've had some time to think, some time to rest, and I'm actually going to completely revamp the whole thing. One thing I've noticed is recently the Sunnah guy went on the Freshly Grounded podcast, right? And he said something about 50% of his audience are non-Muslim. And I can't remember who said this, but it goes back to a sheikh, and it's like, you yourself are da'wah. Like, as Muslims, the reason why a lot of people converted to Islam is because the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ was just a good man. Like, that's it. He was a good man, he had good mannerisms. So when he said Allah is one, you can't associate partners with him, people just believed him and people just trusted him. And they could see a man of that caliber, a man of that level of character, wouldn't lie and wouldn't have any malice, which is why they became Muslim. And I think the fact that 50% of his audience are non-Muslim just shows, like, we shouldn't be tailoring our audience to Muslims. And that is a mistake that I've made. Like, I wanted to keep everything halal, no ads, no music. But why? But that doesn't mean that I should make everything Muslim. Why have I limited, like, Barakah Builders, for example, to be Muslim? It should like. So I'm gonna change that. It's not gonna be Barakah Builders anymore. Even my Discord chat, Barakah Network, I'm gonna try to think of a new name and change that. Like, I feel like it's too niche. What I should be doing, of course, is setting ground rules. So, for example, if you join the Discord chat or the school community, you can't swear, you can't post any, like, outlandish content. Everything will have to be in accordance, of course. But there's no reason why I should limit it, right? Because naturally, anyway, I'm pretty sure everyone I'm going to get will be Muslim men, anyway. But still, there's no reason why I should limit that fact. And then in terms of, like, women, I would just, like, just blatantly say Muslim owned, males only, please. Like, it's just our culture, for example. And I think that's fine, right? If people take it the wrong way, people take it the wrong way. So what I'm going to do today is edit this vlog, because I haven't edited in a very long time. Rebrand school community, work on my agency website, and then make some tweets. That's what I'm going to focus on at the moment. Instagram content I do need to catch up on, but, like, that's going to be, I think, on the weekend. I'll just batch record, genuinely, like, just sit for 5 hours and just batch, like, 7 reels at a time. So I know I'm ready now for the rest of the week. The reason why I stopped recording as well is because my SD card ran out, and I just ran out of storage. Like, my hard drives were full, my SSDs were full, and I didn't know what to do. So I just started deleting some clips. Uploading some to the cloud as well. I didn't have time really to sit down, transfer everything, organise everything, and whilst I was doing my uni work, right? But it's cool. Uni is done now. I don't have to think about it. Inshallah, make dua for me that I get a first class degree. Yeah, let's get to building. Assalamu alaikum. It is Wednesday morning. It's 10 AM. I didn't record too much yesterday, I just got straight into the thick of it. But let me show you what I spent pretty much the whole of yesterday on. So I spent my whole day yesterday building a new school community. Pretty much just rebranded Barakah Builders into something like this. So I'm no longer just targeting Muslims. Obviously all the content will be halal, but it's more, just a bigger target audience essentially. But I'm targeting anyone that has an idea and wants to learn how to build apps and build applications. And the main point of call is using AI to fast track the entire process. The URL is still Barakah Builders, just because it costed like $100 just to change the URL. So I won't change it yet. I'll change it eventually. And the price point now is $49 a month. So yeah, hop in and then let me show you what I've got in store. So what we've got here is everyone will come into the start here section. And then they'll go through the almost like an onboarding procedure. And then you will start straight away into full stack development. And we start off with the front end side of things. So you learn how to set up an application, how to plan everything, how to build the looks and style of your application. And then we take the exact same application and we send it into this next course, which is building a back end. So let me just open this up for you. This is a lot more in depth, as you can see, and we add a backend to this application, make sure it runs off live data, and then we again take that exact same application, we add authentication into it with using either Clerk or Supabase, just teaching people how to actually add auth to their applications, and then even payments. We go through the entire Stripe procedure, how to add Stripe to applications and actually monetize from your app idea. And the reason why it's so important is because it completely changes the old version of the School Community was. I wasn't very consistent with it, I'm very honest in saying that. I even put out a message on the School Community and cancelled it. I said to everyone, I'm done with this because I was getting low engagement, I didn't really find any passion in it anymore, and it was also hard to balance with uni. Now uni is done, and I found a passion for this again, I'm going all in. And I've got my camera ready, tripod ready, you know, I've cleared up a lot of space in terms of storage on my machine, and I'm going to bang out hours and hours and hours of videos, tutorials, guides, tips and tricks, resources. We're going to get some live calls on here eventually, inshallah, with some big entrepreneurs in the tech space. I'm going to give you guys some templates and stuff that I use to help build. This community isn't just a course. I'm going to be adding to it live. Any digital product that I sell in the future will be on this community for free. Unless obviously it's very big and takes me a lot of hours, but majority of it will be free, included in this community. I'm even going to talk about monetization, how to market your product, how to actually get users to your product. So honestly guys, jump in. You do not want to miss out. Again, I'm currently going through a rebrand. I'm just cleaning up the entire community. There's a lot of dated posts and stuff on here. But yeah, genuinely join. It's going to be sick. I'm not gatekeeping any information. Like, I'm giving you the true essence of how to build an application. A lot of people, what they do is they launch a community and they still gatekeep their tips and tricks and their little secrets. I'm not doing that. I'm giving you everything I know I'm doing. Any new information that comes out, I'll be updating this as well. Eventually we'll go into building AI agents, we'll go into building RAG agents, LLMs, like, we're going all in, like genuinely all in. And it's going to be cool. It's going to be really, really cool. So hop in, don't miss out. I probably will close the community at a certain level of people. Just because I want to make sure everyone gets a proper experience. I also want to provide like one-to-one calls and stuff, really helping people build the applications. And I can't do that if there's a lot of members. So I'm not too sure at what member count I will lock it at yet. So hop in, get in while you can. It's first come, first serve basis before I just lock it off in this cohort essentially. And the other thing is, bro, when a lot of the time when you give a price, I can almost guarantee he's going to want something that's worth more than a case study to work with that we could potentially use for more clients. At the moment, in terms of client acquisition, I think the absolute best way for me to get clients is through Twitter and my personal brand and also my internal network. So my first ever client was through a friend of my brother's who knew I was in tech and messaged me, and that's how I got my first ever client. And the next project I have in mind is also a friend of my brother's, and then another project I have in mind is actually one of my friends. He's starting a new company. And I said to him, look, any software you need, shout me. I'll give you a discount as well, just so I can get it as a case study. I assume he will want a website made, so I'm going to message him later and say, website, I'll sort that out for you. It won't be a web app, I don't think. It'll just be a normal landing page, but that's fine. Like, it's still a case study that I can add. It's still knowledge that I can learn. And it's a good experience at the end of the day. I think a lot of people when they first start companies or agencies in general is they get very tied down to revenue. Just build. And the rest will come with it, because I know for a fact if I build a website, even if it's not related into my niche or it's not using my main skills, anyone who now sees that website could potentially ask him, bro, who made your website? If I put at the bottom, powered by, and then the name of our agency, people will be like, oh, what's this? It's a genius networking play that everyone misses out, especially because the people involved in his company are big individuals, like big names. So another way to get my foot into that door. tech is so underestimated in the creator world, and I think it's definitely a gap that I could potentially tap into, or even some of you guys can tap into, which is another thing I'm going to teach in the community, by the way. Not just build apps, but take the knowledge to build an agency, to build an MVP agency. I think one of the brothers actually is doing that exact same thing. There's a guy on Twitter who built Olia, the YouTuber, a camera app, and I don't know what the deal is. I assume Olia is getting some sort of cut, or and this guy just built it for him, and it's like a split partnership type of thing. But that is such a genius play, to just go up to content creators, especially with the world of AI. I can build a camera app with my eyes closed in a day, cold email, cold DM these influencers management, and just say, yo bro, I built this app. If you want, I'll give you 50% of all commission. Just promote it like it's your own. Let me launch it, let me handle the rest. I'll handle all the dev side of things. That creator will then push it like it's his own app. Win-win. And again, it's like it's difficult, don't get me wrong, because for example, if you were to email someone like Darkest Man, Chunks, Harry Pinero, you would have to find an application that makes sense for their niche. Or maybe you don't actually, because they're very lifestyle. The one that's just come to mind is a guy called Spawn Point. He's got 1 million subscribers, and all of his YouTube videos are filmed on his iPhone. Or they used to be, actually. I don't know if they still are, but he started off by his whole channel using... Oh, no, yeah, they are still. Everything you see is recorded on an iPhone. So I could create a iOS video application that specializes in, the ability to color grade and stuff like that, and recording in ProRes. Email him or his management and say, yo, I bought this application. Here's a very rough idea. If you want, we can brand it, make it a full entire, web app, make it a proper company, ship it like it's yours. You can take 50% commission. Let me take the other 50%. There's no reason why he would say no, because he's not paying for dev costs. I'm doing it for free. All he is doing is making videos about it. It's such a big gap that no one's tapped into yet. Eventually, inshallah, when time progresses and I actually have some sort of leverage to do this type of stuff, I will. But I thought I'd give you guys the idea. I'm not a gatekeeper. I want you all to gain from these videos. If I have an idea, I'm not going to keep it secret. Take it, do it if you want. Join the community, learn how to build applications. Take this idea that I've just given you, make some money from it. It's guaranteed income, in my honest opinion. Genuinely my honest opinion. Someone like Hamza, 2.27 million subscribers, massive community. You could build some sort of self-improvement app, partner with him on it. You make millions. You would make millions.
Had nothing to do with it.
I don't care.
Okay, audit trail for all actions. This is going to be a bit complex, but it's fine. We can work it out. Yeah. That's all you really need, actually, for you as a company. And that's good. Like, even from a business point, bro, having a system from the beginning will help you scale, because it means you don't have to worry about it. All you can worry about is the cars. Finding the cars. Assalamu alaikum. Just on my way to Jummah. I spent the morning recording a school video, actually. First video of the front-end course in school. I then also had a meeting with a potential client. He's actually a good friend of mine, and he's getting into car sales. And he essentially needs a back-end platform to allow him to manage his stock list, invoicing, customers, all of that. And he just asked if I could help him out. I said, yep, cool, I'm down. So we hopped on a quick strategy call just to find out exactly what he wants. Must-have features, nice-to-have features. And we got that down within about 15 minutes. Very quick strategy call. That's all it really takes, to be honest. And then over the next 48 hours, I'm going to get a flow diagram created so I can really picture exactly how an end user would use the application. I'm then going to create just a couple UI elements, not the entire application, just to show him, an idea of what will be created, so he can get a rough picture in his mind of the full application. Once he approves, I will then figure out pricing, and the way I figure out pricing is very simple, just how long it would take to implement each specific feature, and then I work it out from there. If it's complex, if it uses third-party tools, it will then be a little bit more. The only third-party tool really we're going to be using is an email provider like Resend, just to send emails to his customers. And then obviously Supabase has a database, but that's only $10 a month, so it's fine. So yeah, once I get all that done, I will then quote him a price of how much it will take. Everything we do starts at $9.99 because his specific application requires things like sending emails, user accounts. Then it might be a little bit more, but then again, he is a family, so he'll get, you know, family friends discount. So we'll see how it goes. I am aiming to get all of that information over to him within the next 48 hours. I am working tomorrow and I am working Sunday, so it's a little bit difficult, but I can get it done, inshallah. I will send that over to him. Speed is key. In terms of what I do. And we haven't got a full-time team, it is mainly me, but I do have developers on hand, I do have automation experts on hand if I need that guidance or if I need that assistance. So everything we do is speed is key. I will catch up with you guys later when I get home. I'm just going to edit a school episode, post it. I'm going to work on this plan first. I think I can get it done today, to be honest. Once I get that done, I will edit and then get back to recording more school videos.